Not me, me, que, me, not me, oh, not me, que, now, me, now, que.
Alrighty. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for Cricket tuning in. I'm Cricketoon. Initially, I was planning on starting a new game today, like a new playthrough or something, but I'm, to be honest, not really in the mood for that. I decided on doing a playthrough of Faxanadu for the NES, but I figured it would make sense to start that tomorrow when I typically play retro games. That's what the plan will be. Tomorrow for retro games we'll start Faxanadu, and then maybe I'm feeling a Mario game tomorrow as well, because apparently it was March 10th where we all celebrate Mario or something. I didn't exactly get the memo about that, but play some Mario game or something. But for tonight, to be honest, I'm more in the mood just to keep playing Final Fantasy XIV and Monster Hunter Wilds. Because in 14, I want to get that healer role quest dealt with, so we can do their whatever other follow up quest is after it. And to be honest, I'd rather just play Monster Hunter Wilds, because I got a lot of grinding in that to do, trying to get all the bits and pieces from the various monsters to make the armor sets that I need. Oh, there's Reina redeeming his daily grunty food. Got some grunt mints. But yeah, that'll be the plan for tonight. We're just gonna play some more Final Fantasy XIV, and then probably after a couple hours of that, then we'll switch over to well, we'll say there's like a 80% chance of switching over to Monster Hunter Wilds. Could also play some other stuff as well. I don't know yet. Depends if I have any viewers at the time and if any of them are willing to cast a vote in a poll, I guess. But yeah, we're going to just play some Final Fantasy XIV for a couple hours first. Reno, thank you for Cricket tuning in. I appreciate it. How you doing tonight? There I am, all dressed up in my scholar gear. Thankfully, the scholar's at level 100, so we don't have to worry about doing any level grinding. We just gotta do the quest. I'm doing all right. We're doing all right. There we go. All right. Let's double check our retainers here. Oh, nice. This retainer gave me some food. Food I don't really need, but sure. Seems these minions didn't sell. That's quite the drop. Okay. 7. That. There we go. Okay. The next thing I'll do is see if we can fix up this bar. Oh, let's see here. Just gotta read through all these and figure out, I think that's all I really had to do. You got a shiny sand shrew. I think you told me that last stream. Or did you get another one? That was a different shiny. Oh, okay. Whoops. Didn't mean to cast a Asuna right off the bat. Okay, I think we should be okay. I just wanted to make sure this bar was fixed up a little bit so it looked all right. Alright, so the focus for tonight is heading back to Limsa and doing the healer role quest for Dawntrail. Again, since I already have a healer at level 100, I don't have to worry about grinding this guy up. You meant Italian. Oh, okay. That is... It's the next default form of, what's his face? I can't remember. Oh, that's the fully evolved form. Okay. Of Sobble. Damn, so you get a shiny Intellion. Okay, that's pretty cool. What's he look like? Since I have this thing here. An S rank just showed up. S rank hunt. Think. Nope, that's someone entirely different. That's not Marlboro. Oh, on Marlboro. Oh, shoot. It's not like I have to. And now we got people moving. Now we're seeing a lot of people flying around. Everyone wants a piece of this S rank. Oh yeah, there he is, a big fella. A whole lot of people lined up ready to jump on this guy. And there he goes. That's what happens when a quarter of the server jumps on one particular creature. Or in this case, it's probably a quarter of the data center. What did I get? I get 10 sacks of nuts, 10 tomestones of poetics, and 3 tomestones of Aesthetics. Okay. And that also got me an achievement too. Yeah, that was fun. All right, back to being Scholar. Then hop back onto Balmung. All right, that was a fun diversion. Back to whatever the hell we were doing. Forgive the dour mood, I just don't understand it. How is it that Elrete, or Elret, yeah, sure, and Kokonoa can so grandiosely reveal their names and identities, yet I remain unable to track them down? Been following the latest hearsay, but I haven't much luck. Not a soul's seen him since the incident with Muslim and Zerrig. That's not to say I've given up entirely. Now that they know I'm on their trail, I suspect they are using my familiarity with the island to their advantage. I dare say they're lying low outside the city. That's why I propose a trip to the Morabi Dydrox. Folks here often speak of it, but I've yet to go there myself, so it seems a good place as any. Alright, so off to the dry docks. Waiting for you, this fellow came asking for help. So trouble you, but me little brother's gone missing and I could use a hand finding him. He said he wanted to see the ships I made, so I started showing him around, but the next thing I knew he was gone. Lad's probably got himself lost. Oh, that poor dear. I know we still have the heart sting to consider, but I'd like to search for this man's brother if that's alright with you. Well, of course. Brother wouldn't say boo to a goose. I doubt he'd leave the docks on his own. He's got a mop of red hair like mine, so you'll know him when you see him. Alright, so we gotta go look for a kid. I hear you. Oh, poor thing's crying. I'm scared. Where are you? I am a friend. You're here to take me back to my brother? Yep. So is she, too. Just wanted to see the ships my brother was working on. I thought I could see him better from higher up, but I lost my way. Sounds like you had quite the adventure. You were very brave today, so I'll tell you a secret. Even grown-ups get lost. I have an awful time learning my way around somewhere new, even with a map. Really? Guess I'm not the only one. Smile. We like to see those. Now, your brother's very worried about you, so can you promise me you won't go wandering off on your own again? Let's take him back, then. Well, she'll take him back. We take the long way round. It's just fall damage, Eos. You don't need to heal me for that. I have a proper reward, but I ain't got much to offer at the moment. Seen a Hurrian woman and a Lalafelian man around the docks in recent days? One is an alchemist, the other's a goldsmith. They're likely to have a few mammoths with them as well. If not, have you heard any rumors of food or drink that causes ailments when you consume them? Blindness and numbness, perhaps? I haven't seen or heard anything or anyone like that. Sorry, couldn't be more help to ye. It's alright. Knowing that they've been around the docks is equally helpful. Someone tells me we're probably going to see these two again later. Children often let their curiosity guide them, which means they'll naturally wander off on their own adventures. Don't blame that man for worrying as much as he did. You seem to know a lot about caring for children. I always enjoyed looking after the village children in my spare time, try to be a good role model for them all, though the other adults tell me I shouldn't dote on them over much. Now that I think on it, I've barely even told you about my family, or my village, or anything, really. I don't think you really need to, but if you insist... My people hail from the northern valleys of Zaktaral. We're a close-knit community of hunters for the most part. Children are given spears, well, practice ones, before they even learn to walk, and we hone our tracking skills from a very young age. Is it that surprising? It seems second nature to me. Then again, I've encountered my fair share of surprises here as well. Our village rests in a veritable sea of poisonous plants and animals, so the slightest injury on a hunt can prove deadly. Thus, we believe it prudent to begin our training as early as possible. Yet no matter how skilled we might become, accidents are inevitable, and the heart sting proves vital to our survival. Not only does it produce poison, it cleanses it as well. In the right hands, it can dispel some of the deadliest natural toxins known to mankind. It even purifies the beasts we hunt. In fact, our diet consists of highly venomous creatures, ones that would normally kill a grown adult if ingested. Heart sting allows us to lead a quiet, peaceful life in lands where others dare not tread. It always has. I suppose that's why I never imagined someone like Elrete would take that away from us. When I left, our village food stores were well stocked, but I can't bear the thought of my younger brothers and sisters going hungry. I must return the heart sting as soon as I can, for their sakes. I wish to bring back their smiles and make them feel safe again, just as we did for that young boy. geez, that's not much for the quest. It's just literally backstory on her. Back to Limsa so we can do the next step. Oh, there's no Oliver Nexus today. A whole lot of Lavels on the bench either. Must be a slow day. Or a quiet day or something, I don't know. Plan for our next destination and soon. Oh, now, fancy meeting you here. Ah, it's the mercenaries we met earlier. See you two again. What brings you to Limsa? Nothing important, really. Just a bit of restocking for our next job, but we happened to spot you along the way. Didn't want to miss the opportunity to greet our heroes. Our client arrived to Swift Perch in one piece thanks to your timely assistance. Indeed, while I regret that you had to see us in such a pitiable state, we're both grateful for your aid. When last we met, you spoke of pursuing those two charlatans, did you not? Yeah, that's right. They stole a precious heirloom from my village, so I'm doing everything in my power to return it to its rightful place. That's the way of it. Bombastic as those two were, we've not seen hide or hair of them in Aleport since. No word of any incidents like ours either. I have a feeling they won't stay in the shadows for long. If we sniff out any suspicious incidents while we're out and about, we'll keep you informed. Once I notice some extra pair of eyes around the island, I've made my base of operations here in the city, so if you hear a peep about a poisoning, you know where to find us. I may not have found any leads on Elrete, but I'm glad we'll have a chance to chat. Cool, so that completes the level 94 portion. Now to do the level 96 portion, which we just do right now. Taste of a Toxin Paradise. Oh, the culprits have finally been spotted. Headed for Upper La Nausicaa. So gather enough information to head back to Aleport. Okay. So we gotta go to Aleport first. No sign of Whistloom and Zareg yet. I don't mean to assume worse, but I admit I'm a bit worried. We should have insisted on going. I don't want them injured on my behalf. I said we head out and find them. Yes. Oh, there they are. Did you fare out there? You found Elrete and Kokonoa, yes? Oh, we found them all right, but it didn't take long for them to find us. We're set upon by Kokonoa's mammoths. His mechanical menagerie greatly outnumbered us and may very well have been at our end. Death by mammoths isn't an ideal way to go, mind you, so retreat was our only option. Cowardly though it might sound, we needed to ensure we could keep you aware of the culprit's whereabouts. Before they spotted us, they were stuffing their little metal army into a skiff bound for Camp Bronze Lake, and mark my words, they're plotting something new. Of course, it's highly possible they seek a quiet route to eastern La Nausicaa and wish to bypass Bronze Lake instead, but a thorough search of the camp would be wise. Plus, the enemy you face is far beyond our capabilities, so as far as Whistloom and I will be able to go. Sorry we couldn't provide more decisive information. I should be the one apologizing. You risk life and limb for me already. I never meant to push you past your limits. You needn't dwell on it. We're as eager to bring those criminals to justice as you. Indeed, we shall at least take pride in knowing that we could point you in the right direction. But we should take our leave for now. Wislam and I ran most of the way here, and I think I speak for both of us when I say we could use a comfortable chair and a hearty meal. None can gainsay your strength, my friends, but I beg you not to underestimate that of our foe. Yeah, I'll kick their ass anyway. Camp Bronze Lake. Ferry skipper spoke of the place my first time here. So it's literally like north and they went across here. What a lovely camp. Now, if I were a half-crazed alchemist with the heart sting and a new scheme up my sleeve, where would I hide? I don't think you need to hide. Is it just me, or are there pigs flying in the sky? It hurts to laugh. That's what's happening. Everyone's having a laughing fit. That doesn't bode well. It's the upper levels, Crick. Quickly. And there they are. Poisoning the springs? You truly are the lowest of low. You flatter me. 'Twas just a little poison, really, as a treat. I'm afraid I couldn't contaminate all the water here. We're having oh so much fun with our shiny new hallucinatory toxin. Step away from the springs, Crick, now. Protecting the healer, are we? How sickeningly sweet of you. But you ought to watch your step as well, my dear fairy apple, lest you find yourself seeing stars, or... Hmm? Elret, is aught amiss? Oh. She's getting affected by the poison. Oh, Noah, you look absolutely hideous. Or should I say adorable? Or you're just as bonny as a porcelain doll. Yeah. Now she's suffering from the poison. The hells are you on about? Oh, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I believe I may have poisoned myself. Now there's a predicament. And guess what? Do you recall those antidotes I prepared at the base? Because I've forgotten to bring them. You are your own worst enemy. Do you know that? I suggest we retreat before you decide to dive headfirst into the springs for fun. Unbound scum. You think we'll allow you to walk free after all the chaos you've caused? Well, yes, actually. Have you seen Elret? She's in no state to contend with you, and I've never been one for rough and tumble. Of course, you're welcome to give chase, provided you have no qualms about leaving these poor souls to laugh themselves senseless. Oh, retreat though we must. I would call today a rousing success. But were you not, my dearest bushel of busybodies, we've plenty more tricks in store for you and the entire island. And there's another smoke bomb. assume we spend the rest of the day cleansing the poison. Sense any toxins in the water anymore, so the spring should be safe again. Will the toxins affect the local wildlife? Seeing as Eloretta suffered from a taste of her own medicine, I doubt she'd mastered much of the heart sting's power. As such, any poison she produces from it would be relatively weak. Most of her handiwork has already evaporated with the steam. One might compare it to the way those awful unbound smoke bombs dissipate. Thank goodness they do. More capable hands, however, the heart sting's poison remains active unless dispelled with Esuna or another form of antidote. Same permanence applies to its cleansing abilities for our food. There's much on my mind, but I think we've bigger problems to address first. Let's make our rounds of the camp and then talk about our next steps. We're going to have to look around the springs to ensure the toxins are gone for good. Can I ask you to treat any victims you come across? Yeah, I'm the only person who can Esuna things, so... I suppose we can do the more difficult of the two. Well, that's an actual quest. Esuna. There, you stopped laughing. Anywhere near the water when it was poisoned, but the toxic steam must have drifted this way. Oh, okay. She's offering to deal with the other victims. My costume compatriots are gone. Farewell, my visions. May you revel on in my memory. You say laughter is the best medicine, though I feel far worse than before. Many thanks for putting an end to it. Yes. I earned myself another soak and an extra flagon of mulled wine. Or wine, I mean, not wined. Yeah, this particular camp is like a spa. These are all hot springs. He can't breathe. Now he can, because he stopped laughing. The gods, I was expected to nearly laugh myself to death at a place meant for healing, but at least I can breathe easy again. You're chasing after the ones who did this. You're either very brave or very reckless, but I'm inclined to assume the former. Remember, there was a group of... characters in this area that I remember encountering when I was exploring this stretch. Ah, there they are. That group of cat girls down there. Or are you not man enough for the 5 of us? Well, the question is, ladies, are you all women enough for me? Oh, that's all old-ass quests. Level 34 quests that we don't need to do. How goes the healing? Oh, everyone's healed up now. My part of giving the springs a thorough look, toxins dissipated completely, so the bathers should be safe from here on out. As for Elret and Kokonoa's antics, I've had a moment to reflect on everything. Now that their work is done, do you have a moment? Sure. I'm well versed in the numbing and blinding potions we use on our hunts at home, but something kept troubling me about Elret's toxin. I've never seen anything like it. I had no idea it even existed among the Scorpion's gifts. Elret may be inexperienced, but the fact that she's learned to inflict hallucinations is cause for concern. Still, we should try to look on the bright side. She's yet to discover the Heartsting's cleansing properties, judging by the way she couldn't cure her own ailments. Knowing her as we do, I reckon she only has toxic trickery on their mind. Konoha, however, handled himself surprisingly well despite his exposure. Do you recall the man in Limsa who ate the poisoned apple? He claimed that Kokonoha took a bite, yet never suffered its ill effects. He must have some manner of immunity, but how? Ah, yes. This reminds me of the attempt on the Sultana's life. Traditional Dunes folk families often drink poisoned teas to build tolerance, because Kokonoha is a Dunes folk Lalafell. So they're known. So due to their upbringing, they're known to resist various poisons. How intriguing! So instead of using an heirloom to the heartstring, the Dunes folk train their bodies to endure fatal toxins. I'd be interested to try that tea, as long as I had an antidote in hand. Didn't realize Kokonoha might have had that sort of upbringing, but it would certainly explain why Elret's tricks don't seem to affect him. Few in my village would ever think to consume potentially lethal food or drink without drawing on the Heartsting's power, yet the Dunes folk do it gladly. The more I consider our differing approaches to poison, the more fascinating it becomes. I have a feeling the Bavers won't want to overhear talk of poisons after what they've been through. Let's head back to Limsa. Yeah, and I know that because I play a Dunes folk Lalafell, and have read up on the lore of that particular clan. Funny enough, though, if you were to pick a Dunes folk Lalafell as the player character, you don't get like a resistance to poisons or anything like that. You can still get poisoned. It would be neat if they actually had that kind of thing. Yeah, I'll just say thing. I was thinking of a different word, but it hasn't come to me. Quirk, maybe? Yeah, quirk sounds about right. Whatever she has planned for the whole island, it can't possibly be good. So there's the level 96 version. Now to do the level 98 version. And then after that will be the 100. Went back into hiding after the Bronze Lady incident with all their grandstanding. I wasn't expecting them to lay alone for so long, but I doubt they'll keep it that way. Till now, our culprits have traveled all over Vildebrand, and they don't appear to be retracing their steps. I hear Costa del Sol attracts many visitors, so that seems a likely target. They say it's owned by an entrepreneur named Gegaruju. Perhaps we can ask him if he's spied anything out of the ordinary. Oh no, he's usually too busy living it up to even care about anything. Picturesque scenery. I hadn't expected Costa del Sol to be so grand. From what I gather, Gegaruju should be just up ahead. I don't suppose you're already acquainted with him? I know him well enough. Well, if it isn't our favorite intrepid adventurer, what brings you to my abode? Wonder if you saw some too suspicious of people with poisons. Why, yes, I did spy that lovely specimen over here. Alas, I was so entranced by her feminine wiles that I cannot recall any such entourage of Lalafellan men or mammoths. Ah, would that I never drank that wine she so gracefully gifted me. A single sip and I saw oh so many stars. I thought them wonderful in those first blissful moments. Oh. I partook of the drink amongst my retinue of kittens, yet as the rush of stars subsided, I found myself surrounded by a flock of unfamiliar faces instead. At first, I presumed the wine caught up to me faster than anticipated, but time passed and the unknown faces stubbornly remained. I dashed across the shore in terror. In the midst of the mayhem, I could hear her, the wine-wielding beauty, maniacally laughing in the distance with some other chap. I feared those cackles would have been the last thing I heard. Which is precisely why I found it appropriate to slap the sense back into him. Ah, that's the guy we just talked to. Judging by the way Master Gegaruju was darting around in the time, I suspect he'd be into his cups. Drank the whole bloody bottle, too, so if you wish to investigate wine itself, I'm afraid that won't be possible. Can you blame me? Questionability of her wine aside, that woman was immaculate. A sight for sore eyes. Any gentleman of taste would have fallen for her tricks. He's like, yeah, whatever. Though we may lack the drink in question, we received reports of mammoths roaming Raincatcher Gully not long after the incident. If you intend to investigate this further, you'd certainly be doing us a favor. Yeah, sure. Any news of wayward mammoths is promising for us. We'll give the gully a look and relay to you whatever we find. Godspeed out there. Yeah, interesting enough, he's not, like, permanently stuck with the poison. Based on Gegaruju's account, it's safe to say Elretz discovered a new poison. While similar to the hallucinatory toxin she used at Bronze Lake, it strikes terror into the hearts of its victims instead. I have a bad feeling about this. She's gaining proficiency with heart sting at an alarming rate, so we must tread carefully when next we cross paths with her. As for the mammoths, Kokonoha doesn't seem the type to send them wandering around aimlessly. That's why I think they're bound to have some clues on them. If we could track those mammoths down in Raincatcher Gully, we may be able to discern what the two are planning next. Oh, so we gotta clear... literally go across the area. Should be able to fly over there, I think. If not, then we have to go to this ferry here to cross. Oh no, we're good. Can't land in this area, though. Well, now we can. Alright, now to be ready to fight something. We beat up a couple of mammoths. Like she beat up a couple of mammoths too. One of them had this on them. Keeping a record of the island's rivers. Oddly enough, the mammoths I came across were patrolling the river as well. Now that they've tested their poisons on Bronze Lake Springs, do they mean to take to the rivers next? Ooh, that'd be pretty dangerous. Uh-oh. Oh. Raised. My, that dart was laced with a potent numbing toxin, but nothing bruises our favorite fairy apple, it seems. You never cease to amaze and annoy me in equal measure. It's like to have the same manner of immunity as I. Her village was positively brimming with poisonous flora and fauna, after all. I have a request of you, my dears. Would you please give up on your little trinket? Pretty please? I wish to only revel in the fruits of my devilry, yet you continue to spoil my every attempt, and trust me, I despise our conflict as much as you do. Indeed. Do you think we enjoy watching our finest mammoths suffer at your hands? Enough. If you truly wanted this, you'd hand over the heart sting. The scorpion's gifts were meant for a petulant, childish criminal like you. Fine then, no more Miss Nice Elret. But answer me this. Who have my antics killed, Who? No one, I remind you. So why must you refuse me? Why must the world refuse me? Our blighted society has never looked fondly upon my love of mischief. For years I despaired until my unbound family and its leader granted me the greatest gifts of all, love and understanding. Oh, she's angry now. So long as I remain unbound, I can care not what the wretched masses think. I shall play my tricks to my heart's desires, and all who stand in defiance will know my wrath. That includes you, my dears. My next scheme will finally plunge this island into the chaos I so desperately crave, and I will stop at nothing to see it realized. Here comes another smoke bomb. But she's feeling better then. Shame I didn't sense that mammoth's presence quickly enough, but I'm glad you came out of the ambush unscathed. That aside, I wish they didn't use such putrid smoke to make their exits. I don't know if my nose or my stomach could take any more of those awful bombs. Back to Costa del Sol. Oh shit, you're back. Back already? How fortuitous, or ominous, or both even. Take it you found those wayward mammoths? Yeah, we destroyed them, and they're gonna poison the water supply. Surveying Vilbrun's waterways, are they? After the recent poisoning at Cat Bronze Lake, we have reason to believe the culprits are planning to make Vilbrand's rivers their next target. So the culprits are one and the same then. I had my suspicions since I caught wind of the incident at Warmwine Springs. Regardless, this bodes ill. We may not know which of these rivers they'll strike until it's too late. Well, I shall not stand for any more preposterous poisonings. It would be prudent to inform the maelstrom of these potential horrors. One who poisoned you. Her name is Elret. She stole something precious in my village, and I must recover it no matter the cost. If you learn anything about her whereabouts or her plans in the coming days, anything at all, I'd like to hear it as well. Hell spent on finding her, eh? Brave one you are. Oh, I couldn't possibly deprive a lovely lady of the information she requires. Worry not, for my servants shall sally forth in your general direction the moment they hear of Elret's newest misdeeds. Thank you. That'd be much appreciated. Alright, back to Limsa. For always... Just swallowed my prey and taken up my spear. Could have apprehended right then and there, and yet... You didn't. No more room for mistakes. The longer Elret lurks in the shadows, the greater the threat becomes. Next time we find her, we end her tricks once and for all. For now, I'll remain here and wait news from Costa del Sol. Now for the level 100 one. Before I trigger that, though, I'm going to go get some more water, so I shall BRB. already. I'll look out for anyone from Costa del Sol, but nothing yet. Forgive me the sudden entrance, but I bring a message from Master Gegaruju. Your quarry has been sighted in eastern Lanosaka. Oh, glad I didn't leave early. Where in eastern Lanosaka were last seen? Master Weisket but recently received a report from Mistress Brayflox, a trusted associate of his. We're told a number of inbreakers with fighty tools and tinker dolls infiltrated her long stop. We have little doubt that the inbreakers and tinker dolls she speaks of are Alzret and her troop. See, then we best find this Brayflox soon. Indeed, you're like to find her by the entrance to her long stop in Raincatcher Gully. My master and associates wish you good hunting. Oh, another S rank has popped up here in Marlborough. I don't need to go to that. Do I? You know what? Let's go ahead and take a break. Take a break from that and see if we can actually go to it. See if we can get in on this one. Sadly, we got to move to Marlborough again. This time we got to go to the fringes. Hopefully we'll be able to reach it in time. It's actually pretty far away from where I just warped. I should have went to this one. It must be this big guy right here. That clearly popped in. Dumbara. Okay. Oh, there's that fat tone guy I saw last stream. Oh, wow, they're actually gonna... Oh, okay, nope. They're going. See if I can get some attacks before it's too late. There we go. So that time we got 60 Centurio seals, 60 poetics, 18 aesthetics, and a cracked cluster. Okay, cool. We got a little bit more out of that. No sacks of nuts, though. The sacks of nuts are the more recent currency for hunts. Alright, back to Balmung. Oh, good, I don't have to repair anything. This is Brayflox. I told her she reminded me of a moblin, but I got a bit of scolding for that. Not mobbies, she said. Gobbies. Yes, gobbies, and gobbies require hand lending to backstrike at inbreakers. Inbreakers bring big flock of tinker dolls to search for water gush. Water gush? Does Alret mean to poison the island's water source? This must be why they were researching the rivers. If the toxins are strong enough, anyone or anything that draws near the water would grow terribly ill. All of Vilbrand would fall into disarray. Poison makes no good for Gobby flock. No good for Vilbrand, narrow hearts in need of many punishings. This goes far beyond trickery. We must end Elret's ambitions here and now. I doubt she'll come quietly, and she has the heart sting at her disposal. But with your aid, Crick, I know we can take it back. As soon as you're ready, we'll storm the long stop. Alright, time to actually put some effort. Time to actually figure out how I'm supposed to play healer. Good thing we're 8 levels ahead, so it hopefully shouldn't be too difficult. That's right, it's us. I don't know why you're waving. There they are. Oh, I knew bringing those bits and bobs for battle was a good idea. If you're after some manner of surrender with heartfelt embraces and handing over magic heirlooms, you've come to the wrong long stop, my dear. Monster, you plan to poison every waterway in Vilbrand, don't you? But of course, the trick is to let the poison stew for a few bells. With a healthy helping of those tantalizing toxins and a dollop of advanced alchemical processes, poof, this eyesore of an island will get a taste of my finest work yet. My latest masterpiece neither dissipates nor evaporates, and no amount of inherent immunity can save you from its influence. It may be safe to the touch, but one tiny sip will have you begging for mercy. That's no jest, by the way. I won't begin to describe what manner of havoc the experimental doses wreaked on me, but I will look forward to seeing how it affects the general populace. Oh yes, the residents of Flimsalumens and its adorable little hamlets rely on this water. So very many people blissfully unaware of what's to come. And every single one of those wretches will be at the mercy of our malice. Every single one. If she unleashes those toxins into the waterways, this is going to end up far worse than Bronze Lake. Playtime's over, Elret. Your precious scorpion once hunted prey with these poisons, yes? Perhaps I should learn from its example and revel in the thrill of the chase. I suspect that's my cue to back away. I'd rather watch the chaos unfold from a safe distance. These venomous gifts keep on giving. My very aether is infused with their essence. So now, my dears, Elret Venomheart. It's time I hunt you for a change. I'm guessing she's a summoner. We gotta focus on healing. She's gonna do most of the work. How do I start? You can have one of those. I don't know if that's actually gonna do anything. Our fairy isn't even out. There's the first problem. Okay, I guess I swing first. Ooh, that's not a nice, You're bored. I can tank it. Oh, accidentally cast Swift Cast. She's getting launched by the explosions. He's getting chased by all the mammoths he was gonna detonate onto the area. Oh. Gonna explode in order. That she has to cast a tank buster on poor Lashanka. Now I just realized I'm running out of MP. I don't know how to play healer. I'm just gonna click things. Oh, she's not doing well now. Shit. We have to redo this whole thing if... Oh, fuck me. Yeah, I'm gonna lose. No, she's still in it. I had to heal myself. Oh, she's not having a fun time now. There. We cleared the duty. Almost failed it, because I don't know how to play healer. It's actually kind of the point of these role quests. They're supposed to teach you how to play the role. Enough, Elred. We must escape while we still can. A smoke bomb, quickly. Fine, have it your way. That's not a smoke... Wait, that's a goblin maid. Oh, she's cuckoo. No, you'll rue the day you made enemies of the Unbound. They blasted off. Ah, good, but they left behind the artifact. I like how there's still puddles of poison all over the place. She left quite the mess behind her. Nothing the heart sting can't detoxify, though. Let's hurry and clear away the poison. Yes. There you are, Crick. We came running once we heard the explosion, but I'm pleased to see you're none worse for the wear. Yeah, I'm cool. Alret and Kokonoa picked up the wrong explosive. We should consider ourselves fortunate that goblin bombs resemble unbound smoke bombs. Gobby booms and friendly faces win the day. Inbreakers go flying skyward. Made our rounds of the long stop as well. The enemy mammoths patrolling the place have all gone lifeless. Your treasure is safe, I trust? Yes. Yes, thanks to Crick's support. Not sure what that angle was for, but okay. Should those troublemakers survive the impending fall, they won't pose the same threat without it. If they do happen to show their sword face around here again, I've notified the Yellow Jackets to be on the lookout for them. They send their regards, and their deepest gratitude, of course. Good. Play Liquid Crystal. I assume that's a Pokemon Crystal ROM hack. I don't really care to play ROM hacks. Also, thanks for Cricket tuning in, Night Warrior. I appreciate it. How you doing tonight? Heart Sting is safe again. Crystal with GBA graphics. Oh. Well, then it's probably a ROM hack of like Fire Red or Leaf Green or something. Or maybe one of the Gen 3 games. Gray Fox Happy gives hand lending. Important for all good gobbies to offer hand lending to fellow gobby friends. It's an honor to be counted among your gobby friends. Now, as eager as I am to get the Heart Sting safely back to Tural, I'd like to say my goodbyes to everyone here first, if that's alright. Alright, back to Aleport. Alfair's the hunt for Elret. Oh, we kicked her ass. Got the treasure back. I think they confuse a goblin explosive for their own smoke bombs. Serves them right, I say. Miss Loshanka's heirloom returned, we can breathe a collective sigh of relief. I, for one, am pleased that there will be no more risk of poisoned elixirs. I wouldn't have wished those hiccups on my worst enemy. By the by, Miss Lashanka, I knew you traveled far to get here, but I didn't realize you hailed from Tyrol. It's quite the voyage. Will you be heading home soon? Yes, that's right. Vildebrand is a fascinating place, but my villagers probably worry sick about me. And the heart sting, too, of course. Though your time here was short, you'll be sorely missed. We still have much to learn, but one day perhaps we might find our way to Tyrol as well. Well, that would be wonderful, and when you do, I'll look forward to hearing all about your adventures. And you? We had a feeling you were no ordinary adventurer. Imagine our surprise when we learned you're the savior of the realm himself. One of our Yellow Jacket acquaintances boasted about meeting the Warrior of Light while investigating the cereal poisonings, and that's when it dawned on us. She sends her regards, by the way. Oh. Mom's to go before we reach your lofty heights, but God's willing, we'll try to rise to the challenge. Indeed, you've given me much to aspire as a fellow healer, and I shall do my utmost to follow your shining example. Yes. Now we gotta head back to Tuliolol and turn this in. Dad seems to be doing pretty good. Oh, that's good to hear. I hope he makes a speedy recovery. So what did these guys say again? Yeah. Cool. Alright, back to Tuliolol. Oh good, I don't have to repair anything. Alshanka, and Crick as well. Your combined presence here can only mean one thing. Greg and I have brought the heart sting home. So you have. I regret I could not assist you, but I'm relieved that all is well. Words cannot express my gratitude to you both. Taking back the heart sting was no easy task, but I learned a great deal on my journey to Eorzea. One of the Unbound, a man named called Kokonoa, possessed an inherent immunity to poison built up by years of regularly ingesting small amounts. Rather than relying solely on the scorpion's gift to detoxify us, perhaps we might learn from those traditions and build up a stronger immunity of our own. It would be prudent to prepare ourselves in case something like this ever happens again. If we're to continue living among the deadly, perhaps it's time we found new ways to overcome the challenges we face. Throughout my life in the village, I knew everything there was to know about the heart sting, but now I understand that the scorpion's gifts can easily become a curse in the wrong hands. Its power can poison a single water source, threaten countless lives on a whim. Yet at the same time, its detoxifying powers can save just as many. I begin to wonder, could the heart sting provide succor outside our village? Should it? Or will the risks prove too great? Excellent questions all. Knowing what the heart sting is capable of outside our borders, we must consider this carefully for the future of our people. I am certain your father will wish to speak more of it upon our return. As you can see, our community has much to consider for it to keep thriving, but for the moment, I'm simply glad heart sting is back in Tyrol. I can't thank you enough for your help. Until I met you, I never hunted alongside a healer, but knowing I had your support filled me with courage. Yours is a heartening presence, one I'm going to miss dearly. You have my gratitude and my trust, Frick, now and forever. That's what a healer does. We'll meet again someday. Yep, probably in a future quest. Then there's the camera pan out. and then the quest completion. Where we get a bunch of materia. There. And that completes all the role quests. Now we got a new quest to do. Except we can accept this in whatever class that we care to be. Picking up the torch. So good to see you. I was hoping you would pay us a visit. The Landsguard received word from the various nations you visited in your search for the treasures, requested we inform you of the latest tidings. They also send their earnest gratitude for your efforts. It seems each of the 5 criminals has been brought into custody, although some had to be tracked down after you trounced them. They now await the judgment of the governments they wronged. Oh. I thought all was well until I overheard some customers saying that the passage of the Unbound had new leaders. Oh yeah, the cult's not dead. We only took out their elite. The shop was so busy I couldn't find a chance to speak with them before they left, but I felt compelled to report what I heard to the Landsguard. It was a sobering reminder. As long as their leader Yapyahi is free, she can rebuild and scheme again. Must have learned about the organization's workings during your search. Do you remember anything that might help us find out what she's up to? Basically, all these are legit, except for the last one. The last one is just more like, I don't want to continue the dialogue. But yeah, each of the leaders were selected from different regions. They're obviously onto some grand plan that only she knows. And a guy that we met a long while ago is funding them. Considering what we know of her, I doubt she was a good judge of character in that respect. But even a fool can do harm with enough coin. We do best not to underestimate her. Landsguard also managed to dig up information. One of those apprehended said the Passage Unbound received their funds from a shady mercantile outfit located in Ul'dah. Ul'dah, huh? I have an idea. If Abhayi really is recruiting new members, we could feign interest in her cause to get close to her. Ooh. Sketchy, but might be onto something. We even know a man she's never had the pleasure of meeting. Frick. Wait, guys, please. I know we're asking a lot of you, but any information you extract from Yahi and her new cohorts could prevent further incidents. Have you ever watched a show called Columbo? I've heard of it. I may have watched a couple of episodes of it. It's a good series. Columbo's a good character. Desperate times, I suppose. No, I could do that. Small warning, however. We know 5 treasures were stolen, but there could be more. Whatever you do, don't treat Yahi lightly. I suggest finding out what power she has at her disposal and what her goals are before making your move. Been watching here and there? That's cool. Reminds me, those who ate it are most eager to see Yahi apprehended. We'll tell them you're hot on their trail. For now, why don't you travel to Ul'dah and ask around? Perhaps our quarry has already tried to recruit the disillusioned into her ranks. I like how he just walks right back to to his default spot. Could have just stood there. Alright. To Ul'dah. sec here. No, I don't want to go to the residential district, damn it. Go here. Don't know the name Apiyahi, but I do know of a strange man. Every day he stands aloof staring at passerbys with these dead eyes. Last I saw him, he was near the market board. Oh, it makes my stomach churn just imagine he might still be there. I don't know what's going on in that group there. Villains who wish to topple the nations of the world. I'm afraid I haven't heard of such a group, but there are no shortage of complaints about the Sultanate. Most common are gripes about market fees. To hear the merchants tell it, every one of them is a single bad bargain away from an empty coin purse. Can't say they'd go so far as treason, though. Shifty-eyed blokes, more shifty than usual, mean. Well, it just so happens a strange man tried to strike up a conversation with me not too long ago. Said he liked how eagerly I gave those bastards in the brass blades a piece of my mind. He invited me to a gathering of people who sought true freedom, as he put it. I don't like the smell of it, hence you find me here. Perhaps you can get his attention by showing how angry you are near the market boards. Oh my. Those two are up to something. Oh, here we go. We're actually supposed to stand here. You there. Mind letting me bend your ear? Oh. Who dis? Stranger danger. Sensing you a kindred spirit. One who's tired of being trampled on by the high and mighty. I think there's a place for you in our organization. The Passage of the Unbound. You may have heard tell of mysterious artifacts being used to incite unrest across the world. That was our doing. The oppressed finally striking back at the oppressors to win back the freedom they took from us. But we mean to aim even higher, and for that we need more good men and women to lead us. Men like you. As long as I get my own artifact, I'm in. Down with the oppressors. I like your gusto. Mayhap you have what it takes. Mayhap you don't. Either way, you'll have to pass your audition first. You'll want a seat at the table. Prove your worth for our while. One of our own is standing by at the Gold Court. Show him this handbill and he'll lead you to where you need to go. Plot thickens. Alright, to the Gold Court. Thankfully isn't too far away. Tonka truck. Oh, you're not even dressed yellow. Like, that's unfortunate. Oh, you're not even actually in the Gold Court. That's funny. Like in one of the hallways near the Gold Court. What do you want? I got this. It says I get to have an audition. So you wish to lead others upon the passage, eh? You're welcome to try, but fair warning, this may be the hardest trial you'll ever have to endure. Are your loins properly girded? Yes. That enthusiasm will take you far. Loins. The audition will be held in this room. Even those with the blackest hearts have balked at what we put our potential leaders through, so I'll be listening to your progress with great interest. Knock, knock. Pizza delivery. Enter. Hi. I'm a dwarf with a paintbrush. Can you hear it? The cry of a child too young to know fear. Can you see it? A black bird in flight, its wings staining the azure skies. Can you feel it? The shape of the world as it should be, molded by hands free of fetters. Passage to a new morrow lies before you. The passage of the unbound. Like how the Lalafell is not only not properly dressed, but is holding food. And with that, let us begin the audition for new round of leaders. May the selection committee please take their seats. He's got pieces of meat. Guy doesn't frickin' care. I like her vibe, though. He looks like a smart kitty. And this one's just too busy eating. It's dinner time. And there's the leader. So she's not even present to the whole thing. You look disappointed somehow. I understand. You expected to meet our founder. My apologies, but you'll need to prove yourself ere you're granted such an audience. Now, tell us your name. No, we'll just go with it. I'm not gonna lie. Even to scoundrels like them. Crick? The Crick? You would play at being one of the realm's most beloved heroes? Take this as honest criticism. Your capacity for deception is hardly equal to Samidare's, so I suggest a more humble alter ego. On to the next question. Why do you wish to join us? My friend joined up, so I thought, why not? Yeah, I was impressed by your previous leaders. Spoken like someone whose only ambition is to serve. We require hearts bold enough to remake our organization in their own image. He's still too busy. Enough about your ambitions. What can you do? I can kick ass. Doesn't matter how big it is. I can take on anyone or anything in a fight. No one can craft and gather like me. I'm a devil at Dome and Mahjong. Actually, I'm not. And we'll go with the first one. I can kick ass. Doesn't matter how big it is. Anyone could fight. You do know we're trying to topple nations here, don't you? We don't need someone with muscles. We need someone who can grasp the reins of leadership and lead us to victory. That's enough questions for now, methinks. Let's see if this one has the guts to stand up against an entire nation. This traitorous cur sold us out to our enemies. Chop off his head for us, will you? Oh, it's getting a little too crazy here. Oh, what's wrong? Having second thoughts? Gotta play it. Just gotta find an alternate way. Oh my, look at those eyes. A killer's eyes. Well, I'm convinced. You can put that down now. This is all about a ruse, you see. Oh? You played the traitor most convincingly, my boy, and now you may leave. Now this guy. It's still eating. Yes, your final task. Strike a pose that captures your essence. Go. Strength. And sparkle. Yeah, that's the sparkle we're talking about. Oh my, such confidence, such grace. They quite literally emanate from you. Still eating. I believe we're ready to make our decision. You're truly a singular among the other applicants. We can confidently say you've passed the first audition. Even hard-boiled plateau fight nearly cracked under the pressure of our inquiries, but you remained composed throughout. Congratulations on your impressive feat. Yes. Our agent awaits without to guide you on the next step. I like how they have these chairs. What else do they got up in here? Quite the selection of candidates this time, eh? Yeah, he's got quite the spread. He got fucking tater chips going on there, cookies. Whatever the hell this monstrosity of a parfait is. These two things are bigger than him. Oh, I will unable to... Yeah, no, there's not much to do in here. Yes. We don't need to return to the Hall of the Unbound. Glad we welcomed you in the fold after a single edition. I'll have you know our standards are higher than that. By the way, if you had failed back there, I'd be guiding you to combat training right now. Never have too much fodder for the cause, after all. Not many have been where you're going. Don't celebrate just yet. The hardest part is still to come. Ooh, we get a gift from this one. Since your one final test, and seeing as important it is, our founder will be conducting it herself. She was here a moment ago, but something compelled her to leave for the Sagali Desert. Always has she followed the slightest whim. Show some initiative and find her among the massive dunes. Don't be intimidated. If you're truly meant to lead us, fate arranged this meeting long ago. Alright, so now we're going to go all the way to the Sagali. This big block right here. And here we are in the nice little village full of cat girls. Cat girls who know how to hunt. I like how these two are actually trying to lure that guy over. Alright, so we gotta go to the nice sparkly spot. And just simply survey. Ah. There's the lady herself. Get a little mushroom. Oh, she does have an artifact. Whatever does this one do? Stop. Shake. Spin. Oh, she has a pet sandworm. Now come. Good boy, good boy. Works as well as I remembered. No beast is too great for the artifact's influence. Hi, I'm the new, subordinate. What are you doing here? Do you fancy strolls among nondescript sand dunes? Or is this not a chance encounter? Yeah, I was asked to talk to you about another test for the Unbound. Is that so? My underlings see potential in you. Ah. Oh, she's checking us out. She likes what she sees. Well, then let's proceed straight to introductions. Remember my name. The architect of the passage, Apyahi. It's quite the pose. If you wish to be one of my chosen leaders, there's but one requirement: boundless charisma. Extraordinary strength and unparalleled intellect mean nothing if you lack charm. No one will follow a bore. Yet when spoken with the right tenor, even wicked words can resonate with small folk and rouse them into action. They'll gladly throw themselves to the thick of battle for a cause they believe in. Our cause. I did well in forming my first cadre of leaders. Their absolute devotion to indulging their own desires moved even me to tears. For all their faults, I still wholeheartedly believe they were worthy of wielding the artifacts. Make me believe the same about you, and I shall gladly take you under my wing. Uh, okay. Yeah, that's quite the pose. Wonder why she has a mushroom minion. Tell me, what do you wish to gain by overthrowing the nations of the world? Fame. I knew it the moment I laid eyes upon you. You have the look of one whose soul is fed by the adoration of others. Such an appetite is required for any who would embrace villainy. As for me, I only want one thing: freedom. My village prospered amid nature unrestrained, while those in it were bound by the rules of society. Our roles were determined at birth. Some would hunt, some would weave, but none were allowed to follow their hearts. Obedience meant a life without hardship, yes, but I couldn't suffer the tasks I was burdened with. So in defiance of those stifling customs, I went into the forest to hunt and returned to my village with a prey mightier than any that had been caught before. For this, I was rewarded with exile. Yet my banishment was a blessing in disguise, for it helped me realize I could survive, I could thrive, unbound by rules. I also understood that many like-minded souls have yet suffered under the subjugation of state. I resolved to become an example they could follow, to build the passage that would guide them to freedom. But enough about myself. There's something I wish to see. Follow me, but be wary of the beasts that infest these sands. As I said, beasts abound in these parts. I could kill them myself, but this presents an opportunity. Let's commence the practical exam. Defeat these creatures by whatever means at your disposal. So, hammer them to death. That's a fine show of strength. Fine enough to impress the meek into following you, I dare say. Very good. Now follow me. We're not far now. Pretty deep into the Sagali now. Oh, I recognize this camp. This camp has a crazy guy in it who likes cactors. Here we are. I heard the stars are breathtaking from this vantage. In Old Ah, they would charge you to view the sky from a place like this, as if there weren't enough hands grasping at our coin purses. Let's wait a while and see if the stories are true. Cool, so we're doing some stargazing. That is a pretty sight of stars. Indeed, it is every bit as beautiful as they say. It was a worthwhile trek, wouldn't you agree? Light from those stars traveled all the way from the edge of the firmament, obstructed by nothing on its journey. Free. I believe people have the same capacity, each of us a star unto ourselves, the light of our lives illuminating the farthest reaches of the heavens. Ah, yes. You've passed, by the way. Oh, okay. I knew I wanted you with me soon after our first meeting. Friends and allies gravitate towards you, don't they? I can tell. And so to honor your induction to my inner circle, I shall award you with an artifact of power unequaled. You really have to give me an artifact? Is what I would like to say. Unfortunately, my stock of magical objects has been much depleted as of late. Oh, that's unfortunate. I actually slump with disappointment. Are you so truly crestfallen? I suppose I cannot fault you for staying true to your ambitions. The artifacts wielded by the previous cadre were purloined from across the continent of Tyrol, where they were enshrined as objects of great power. Alas, we had greater need of them. Mine, however, came into my possession long before that. After I was exiled, I traveled the world to seek a place I was truly free. Disillusioned by every nation I set foot in, I eventually crossed the ocean to Tyrol. In the remote outskirts of Zac Tyrol, I came across ancient and forgotten ruins, and within I encountered the spirit of a Yok-Hoi who called himself the Wise One. I asked the Wise One where I might find freedom, and he told me this story. When I yet lived, my people ventured into Zac Tyrol, but before we could settle here, a terrible sickness struck, and one by one many lost their lives. I sought a way to conquer this affliction, crafting an instrument that could harness the powers of mighty beasts. Thus was the first treasure created. Alas, I was too late to save my brethren, yet I knew I could save others from our fate, so I traveled across the land, bestowing the treasures upon struggling tribes. Ah, so that's how the treasures came to be. A Yok-Hoi made them all. I wish to create a place where people bereft of a home can live as they wish. Such a treasure could help me realize this dream. Your conviction is plain to see that is true. 5 treasures I have bequeathed, but there is one which remains sealed away. Its power is far too dangerous. My conviction means I can wield it responsibly. I beg you, bestow the treasure upon me. My words must dissuade him, because that spirit's final act was to honor me with the relic before disappearing. I'll use the power entrusted in me to shatter the rules that stifle us. That is why I created the Passage of the Unbound. I see. And now you are one of its leaders. Stand by my side, and together we shall release the people of the world from their chains. Oh, the pose again. Moon. That's where the Loporits live. I don't initially intend to spend so much time here in the Waste. Do ensure you master the pose I showed you. Though I've only recently invented it, I expect every member to be capable of striking it at a moment's notice. For that, I cordially welcome you to the Passage of the Unbound. Oh, we unlock an emote. The very pose that she just threw at us. The pose of the Unbound. Oh, we gotta crank this puppy out. Emote. Oh, here's a new emote they added, a stupid photograph one where we take a picture with a tiny camera. No, it doesn't even show anything. There it is. Shame we don't hold the pose, though. It would be more imposing if you could hold it. Gotta try this on something that doesn't look like a dwarf. go. Yeah, it would be nice if you could just hold the pose. But hey, that works too. And in the chat, when you trigger it, it reads, "You strike a decidedly liberated pose." Oh, there's still more of this to do. I think this is the last one. I think it's only like 3 quests. Now that the night sky has energized us, it's time to take action. Our goal is no less than to see every nation of the world crumble. Yet we must start somewhere. I was struck by how much I had changed during my most recent visit to Tyrol when I gathered the first group of my chosen leaders. At the time I encountered the Wise One, no ruler had united the continent under one banner. Uncertainty was in the air, but so was the scent of freedom. I had never seen a place quite like it. So much did it intrigue me, in fact, that I adopted a Shatona name for myself. Yet now the same freedom I found so appealing is bound by the restrictions of state, and every day that passes, those binds grow tighter. That is why our first course of action should be to return Tyrol to what it once was, to liberate it from the tyranny of Tuliolal. While my previous leaders were avatars of self-indulgence, they never quite grasped the concept of overthrowing a nation. It falls to us to set a precedent for future leaders to follow. Go to Tyrol and get the lay of the land. Venture to Hosawatwi in Shaolani and rendezvous with my enforcers at the local tavern. You may await further orders there. Abyahi's scheme has been laid bare. You should bring this information to Raul Manjun in Tuliolal. So she wishes to undermine Tyrol after we just had a whole expansion of strengthening it. You are returned. Were you able to track down Abyahi? Yeah, not only I'm now a leader of the Unbound, but I've learned her schemes. Methods of testing the metal for would-be leaders are as unique as the candidates themselves. Yet learning that our next target is Tuliolal only makes the sinking feeling in my stomach worse. How so? This revelation doesn't come as a complete surprise, you see. We've heard whispers of a plot against the city and have been aiding the Landsguard with investigating leads. While you were abroad, some familiar faces showed up to lend a hand. Oh, speak of the Vidral. Hey, it's all the people we helped out. Such as the woman that we were just hanging out like a mere half hour ago. And her. And him, who was like last couple of streams. And these 2 people. There's only one guy among them. That's interesting. When Brooke Avu sent word that you meant to pursue Abyahi, we were eager to join the hunt. Yet right as we were arranging a ship to cross the ocean, we spied a suspicious group disembarking at the port and decided we might better aid you by tracking their movements. They claimed to be looking for work and obtained permission to travel to Shaolani. Yet upon arriving, they went to work of a different sort, asking anyone they could find about Tuliolal and the inner workings of its government and defenses. When not bothering the people of Shaolani, they loaf about in Hustawahi. I don't know how to pronounce that. The master of the tavern said the group spent long hours talking to other patrons, rarely ordering a thing and going about some plan. Clearly, they are the enforcers Abyahi mentioned. We need to find out what they're planning and how Yahi's treasure fits into the picture. Then we can figure out how to stop them. Let's split up. If the enforcers are talkative as they seem, I'm sure it won't be hard to eavesdrop. Let me help too. I have an idea that might make things easier. But it requires Crick to aid us. I hope you can oblige. Of course I can. Then it's settled. Olshanka, Tepeke, and I will work to uncover the nature of Yahi's treasure. These link pearls should make it easier to communicate. I brought them from a foreign sailor. I knew they'd come in handy sooner rather than later. Everyone gets a link pearl. Yippee! Once we discover something, we'll meet you at the Aetherite Plaza in Usatawi. Now then, follow me and I'll tell you about this idea of mine. Yes. Something going on over here. Not gonna say what, but that's Balmung for you. I have something that'll make our job a little easier. The Dreamweave cocoon. The village elders understood how much it means to me. How it means to me to bring the unbound to justice for their crimes, and trusted me to do so once and for all. You met this Yahi in the flesh, yes? That means you can use the cocoon to imitate her. It can do that? Why, I was ready to use stealth and deception, but this will make getting the information we need much easier. Thinking exactly. But it'll all be for nothing if Yahi reaches them before we do, so let's make our way to Hosatwi at once. The Dreamweave cocoon. Yeah. We're just gonna look away. It's usually best not to stare. Ah. The peek inside and saw a few rough-looking types. It didn't sound Tirali gathered around one of the tables. Doubtless they're our targets. No one fitting up Yahi's description. So he probably hasn't arrived yet. This is our chance. Hear everything from out here, so we'll keep watch in case Ayapi makes an appearance. If she does, we'll call you on Link Pearl. Alright, take the Dreamweave cocoon in hand, and in your mind's eye envision that wicked woman. There, we're suddenly a bunny girl. We have 30 minutes in this form. Bam. Stupid pose that is. I'll show you a real pose. This is the pose that everyone should be doing. Where is it? There. That's a far better pose. Ooey. I just realized I'm a summoner. Teehee. Oh, boss. Wait, you told us not to trust anyone, even yourself. If you who I think you are, then do the pose. We all got sore arms from practicing it so much. Do the pose. Do the pose. That's the pose. No one but you could strike a pose half as aspiring. We've been waiting, boss. He's having a fun day. Now that you're here, it means it's time to mobilize, right? Remember what the plan is, right? Of course, boss. We each memorize a different part to make sure we don't forget it. We'll launch our attack from the gates of Tuliolol. Cerulean barrels will blow it to bits in a fantastic explosion. And El Ret's concoction will give us the strength to crush the Landsguard like ants. Simple plan for simple villains, don't you think? Keep pressing them for more information. And how will my artifact aid you? I like how we raised a hand. What'll you be having? Whoopsies. Your finest libations to lift our spirits. Almost screwed that up. What, you actually ordered something? You told us the free don't have to spend coin just to sit at a table. Oh. Oopsies. See the real app high approaching. You have to buy time. Keep the henchmen talking. Oh, they're gonna try something. You there, excuse me. I wouldn't go in there. The drinks are more water than spirit. Is that so? Oh, good thing I'm not thirsty. Oh, the food. There's no food either. They sold every last dish. What? And they have the gall to remain open? Rita run amok indeed. Luckily, I wasn't planning on ordering anything. I'd rather die than become a paying customer. Have you no shame? They're not doing a very good job. Of course, we're not doing a very good job either. They're blocking the door. Someone else? I didn't think there was. We're supposed to shore up our numbers, right? You said that artifact of yours would give us an army. Well, did it? Get out of there. She's coming in. Oh. Yeah, well, we're screwing this up. I don't know why we're going down the stairs. Probably should deactivate the, Oh, there we go. Just in time. Oh, you're already here. You move quickly. Hi. I'm your new leader. Big smiles. Well, that means we can get started all the sooner. Once Tuliolol comes to our wrath, together we shall celebrate return of true liberty to Tural. Now see to your preparations and join them upstairs. Join us upstairs. We strike when I give the order. Teehee. That was close. I didn't know what would happen if we were found out. Couldn't hear what you were saying while we were trying to distract Apyahi. Did you get anything we can use? It's great. Tentoawa and the others had just arrived themselves. Let's go meet them. Ah, caught on the barrels. You ran into Apyahi at the tavern. Tell us everything that happened. See, our plan is to strike at Tuliolol from the Shaolani side. Then we can focus our defenses here. You said that our minions spoke of an army being summoned by our treasure? That matches with a story we heard. It was told to us by one of the Vipers. We hoped their expertise in tracking deadly beasts such as the Tural Vidral, the very source of our treasure's powers, might provide insight on the capabilities of hers. Apparently they received reports that creatures across Tural were falling under the thrall of a Shatona woman. Even the most feral of beasts obeyed her like a docile lamb. Now that is what we saw when she commanded that sandworm. So yeah, he commanded a sandworm. Well, we now know that what our enemy is capable of. I heard that some of the animals hunt by hypnotizing their prey with sound, smell, or even magical energy. Perhaps the Tural Vidral, whose essence lies in her treasure, was one of those, but it's difficult to say which. Even so, we know Apyahi's plan and the threat we face. We can prepare for whatever she might throw at us. Cut her off in advance at Zogar the Boundless. We'll take everything we have to drive her back, but if we fight as one, neither her nor her beast will take a single step into Tuliolol. I'll stay here for a while and keep an eye on things. If Apyahi makes a move, I'll contact you at once. Can you tell Ral Majun what we've learned? Sure. Geez, that wasn't even the final stretch. I was kind of hoping to switch to another game at this point, but I didn't realize how long these other quests were going to take. I do kind of want to get them finished up, so I'll probably just focus on this, and then if there's time, as soon as these quests are done, then I'll play something else. Bringing an army of beasts to our doors, there's so little time to prepare. And if the treasure can bend ferocious beasts to its will, we must consider the possibility that it can be used on people, too. Bring this information to Landsguard at once. that they may begin readying the city's defenses. I know neither you nor they will let a single citizen come to harm. Cool, now the actual final stretch, which we get an equestrian roll from it. Oh, there's our news. Yahi and her minions are preparing to depart. It's time, everyone. We make our stand before the gates of Tuliolal. Here, I was hoping that Yahi would turn herself in. Well, I suppose she'll just have to be brought in by force. She might have that treasure, but she doesn't have our allies, and she certainly doesn't have you. Today we stop the Unbound, and tomorrow we'll welcome a dawn in Tuliolal free of their shadow. Okay, it's just straight. We'll just go that way instead. Save us the gill for teleporting. All right. I'm gonna switch myself back to Pictomancer. I'd rather be a Pictomancer than a Summoner. Can't fight, but I have medicine at the ready. Oh, I'm certain your bow will certainly aim true as long as you keep your glasses on. Circumstance brought us together. We're less than fortunate. I'm confident the end will be the stronger for them. Won't allow the passage of the Unbound to wreak havoc on Tuliolal. Today, Yahi and her ilk answer for their crimes. Progress through the battle will be saved at certain points. In the event you're defeated, you'll be able to try again for the most recent of these. Please note that if you enter battles associated with other quests, or log out from the game, this progress will be lost. You have to be 730 to do this. Uh-oh. I need more gear. Hold up. Well, we don't have to be 730, but it would probably help if we actually did have a little bit more gear. What could I get? I think I'm actually limited to what we got here. Ah, I see. I need a better hat, gloves, and pants. At the very least. But that'll only bump me up to 705. Yeah, screw it. I guess we'll just have to wing it. Okay, yeah, it's just gonna sink my level to 730. Or it'll adjust to my current item level. Yeah, everyone's ready. They're here. Knew you were coming up, Yahi. You and your gang of thugs won't be going any further. Tumbleweed. So you've chosen to join the other sheep, have you? How disappointing. I offered you so much more than the life of lapdog. I never intended to fight by your side. Now I'm gonna paint a picture. Of course you would say that. You are Eorzea's savior, after all. Ah, you know who I am. Okay, then. I knew it from the moment I saw you, and I suppose you're now asking yourself why I was so forthcoming with my plans. I wanted you to see what we fight for, to realize the beauty of true freedom, and devote yourself to the pursuit of it as our ally. Alas. Your allies only follow you because the treasure has them in its thrall. No one would willingly follow such a reckless leader. Interesting. You think I have power to command others against their will? Don't understand why people would want to trade shinies away unless their stats aren't good. Well, they probably wouldn't trade them away even for that reason. But there are two things to consider nowadays with Pokemon. The first is that there's a lot of people doing shiny hunts now, and they're bound to run into multiple shinies of the Pokemon they're hunting for. So once they picked out the best one, then they probably will either keep the others in somewhere or trade them off to other people. The other thing to consider too is that people also hack Pokemon in, and it's very easy to hack a shiny Pokemon into one of the games and then trade it on the GTS without any restrictions or anything like that. So you don't really need to understand why people want to trade shinies away. You just got to realize that there's now more people actively getting shiny Pokemon, so there's a surplus of shinies. You know about the hacked ones, but the other one you didn't think about. Yeah, there are a lot of people that are trying to shiny hunt, and when they get multiples of a particular shiny, the easiest way to get rid of them is just to throw them up on the mystery on the Wonder Trade or on the GTS or just trade them off to their friends. Hell, I think I've traded or thrown up a shiny or two on the Wonder Trade myself. You have so many now? Nice. Well, don't you? Oh, you are far more foolish than I believed. I would never rob anyone of their freedom. She's gone. Oh, she's on a burb. Not gone. Here. Oh. She spawned the beast behind the gate. Beasts approached from the Tuliulan side. But how? We're committed too heavily on this side, so now she strikes at our blind spot. We must open the gate. The path to a new tomorrow ever lies before us. We need only brave enough to walk it. Leave this lot to us. You tend to the others. Yes. Oh, your little mushroom. I wonder what the story on that little guy is. creatures cannot live up to the real thing. Young Goose? Oh, Young Goose might be a little too weak to put in a terror raid. Its evolve form might stand a better chance, but I don't really think Young Goose or Gumshoos is a good Pokemon to begin with. Must you insist on being a thorn in my side? Very well, then I shall plant the banner of evil upon the corpse of Eorzea's hero, and the meek shall flock to me. Make my fervent desire manifest. Grant me the power to seize undying freedom. Their little mushroom fellow's gonna attack us. I like him. Mice attender. I see. Oh. And then this cues in. Shame my scenic muse was wasted. Ow. Oh, that's how. There she goes. Darkness just hit you hard? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that's enough of that bullshit now. Oh. Damn, that was pretty fragile. Oh, the mushroom guy left too. That's unfortunate. Seems I must admit defeat. Yet know this, I do not believe the ideals for which I thought were misguided. Think back upon the leaders who came before you, those 5 self-serving souls who dared to live as they pleased. Each one the perfect image of liberty, yet ultimate perfection cannot be achieved without ultimate power. That is why we fought, why we became villains, to tear down the world's nations and their stifling rules so that the voiceless many may speak again. What made you feel this way? Cricket told you already, surely, yet the exile that emboldened my hatred of meaningless restrictions also led to my awakening. I couldn't have known true freedom without it. And as I traveled the world, I noticed the same thing everywhere I went, that the many were bound by the few. In Gridania, citizens are discouraged from joining hands with their neighbors. In Ul'dah, merchants craft laws to exert their control over others. Even in Limsa-Lominsa, once lawless pirates are made to bow to the state. Need I say more? The countless Ishgardians who were tricked into sacrificing themselves when their church fanned the flames of war. The people of the East whose entire lives are determined by outdated customs and mores. I had to go west to find what I sought. Here in Tyrol, I live a life unbound. So I thought. After a terrible tragedy, I was forced to find a new home once again. Terrible? What happened? I can scarcely say it. I was asked to pay for my lodgings. Oh, so you're just dirt poor then? Hey, you mean you haven't been paying all along? Why should I have to trade coin for a roof over my head? In my village, charging for something was so essential was unthinkable. So long as one followed the rules, that is. For the first time since my exile, I questioned my path. I nigh convinced myself that taking care of my drunken sisters night after night wasn't so bad after all. Where do you live again? No, that doesn't matter. Surely, if you can accept trading labor for housing, you can understand the reasons behind trading coin for it. No, money is just another rule that's used to control us, a rule that I won't accept. I was forced to live on the streets. In my tent I plotted. The rebellion would start with me and end with the authority of every nation in tatters. All because she refused to pay for a hotel room. Yet one day, after long hours of sowing discontent, I returned to find my tent gone. In its place stood a sign that said, "No vagrancy." The last thing you owned was gone in an instant. That can't have been easy. I can understand your perspective, Abyahi, but a world where everyone did what they pleased would soon fall to chaos. Laws are the only things which keep us from that. And I know firsthand what it's like to be bound by old rules, rules whose purposes are sometimes baffling. But you don't have to follow them blindly. If you're dissatisfied, you can work to change them. What you speak of, Apyahi, is not freedom. It is self-indulgence. So you're saying if I change the law, I can do whatever I please? Like she holds up her hand. Not a word got through to her. Talking anymore would just be a waste of breath. It's time to put her in chains. This is all you're doing, isn't it? It's time you join the rest of your minions. Oh, poor girl. Won't resist, but this isn't over. Those who share my vision will hear this injustice and they will carry on my legacy. The passage of the unbound shall remain open forevermore. Shocked by the depth of Apyahi's depravity. Judging by her force was mostly compromised with wild beasts, I take it Apyahi couldn't send many of her henchmen to Tyrol. Perhaps Razen's resources finally run dry. Freedom that harms others is no freedom at all, living in a society that has its challenges, but it allows us to support each other as a group. Yai is in the custody of the Landsguard and her treasure is destroyed. Without their leader and secret weapon, the Unbound may well and truly be finished. To return to Zalavtai and let Ral Maljan know about our victory here. Yes. Of course, it'd just be cheaper just to walk back there. Oh, it's raining. There, I have my umbrella. All about your battle with the Passage Unbound. Leave it to you all to not only capture the leader, but to do so without anyone in Tuliolal coming to harm. By the way, mages from the Wing of Protection inspected the remains of the beasts who fought. Their discoveries were surprising, to say the least. They weren't actually individual organisms, you see, but a collection of minute fungi that have taken the form of familiar creatures. The mages concluded that the Tyrol sealed within the treasure was likely once a fungi itself. That explains the sightings of Apyahi traveling with beasts of all sorts at her beck and call. She built her army by finding the fiercest creatures she could and recreating them with the power of the treasure. I guess the treasure had something to do with mushrooms. But you stood against the army without a shade of fear in your eyes. As a token of gratitude, you're all welcome to tacos on the house whenever you're in town. So we did all of that to have free tacos for life. Speaking of which, I hear Tentoa and the others will soon be returning to respective villages. Goodbyes are always bittersweet, but I'm sure they'd love to speak to you one last time. Yes. So we did all that goddamn work just to get free tacos. Oh, now, okay, now the one who is watching is now dancing with them. Okay. I see how that session is progressing. What did she say again? Spare pair of spectacles. Yeah, that might be a good idea. I neglected to mention this earlier, but I was able to convince everyone back home to stop relying on the cradle. My sleepless days are over, but I've been busier than ever. Look to Ishgard's Knights for inspiration on how to build solidarity among the villagers. We train together and take turns on watch, among other things. Elzanique no longer needs to spend her days abed and sometimes joins us on our drills. I mean, this new life wouldn't be the same without her. Oh, we gotta talk to everyone individually. People accepted the fact that we can always rely upon the heart sting and even now train to build our natural resistance to various toxins. It took some time to figure out the right amounts to use, and I meant there were some close calls. But luckily, the heart sting was at our disposal. Yet I believe that our strength lies in our ability to conquer hardship. I hope one day we can trust our own abilities. That being said, it's been some time since I had a meal that wasn't laced with poison. I've forgotten how delicious food could be. Others would be glad to hear how key the Dreamweave cocoon was to our success. And though it seems that Yahi recognized you from the moment you met, it didn't make a difference, did it? It just reaffirms to me that you're more than earned your renown as a hero. I still aspire to become a hunter worthy of Toka's legacy. I know it will take a lot of time and a lot of hard work. For now I'll focus on keeping my village safe, but it won't stop there. Everyone was so brave. My heart always starts pounding when the fighting begins, but I didn't need to worry. Since I'm here in Tuliyola, I'll visit the market before I return to my village. Oh, I almost forgot. Kakulja sent me a letter. He said the authorities have taken his circumstances into account and decided to be merciful. He'll be released soon, and just as promised, my village will be the first place he visits. Everyone's looking forward to greeting him with open arms. If Kakulja agrees to be our protector, then we can come to Tuliyola more often. I think the origin of the treasures lie within the Yakoi. Even with such dominating strength they possessed, they sought still more with their very survival was at stake. My people were afraid of the apex, so sealed it away within our treasure. But over time the treasures became as feared as the beast within it, thus we never considered using it as a tool to aid us. I've been training hard and hope someday I can help my people view the treasure from a new perspective. Might take a while, but we'll get there. I'm already stronger the last time we met, right? Yeah, you don't have to answer, but trust me, I'll tell you, we won't take the easy road like Farazan. Oh, now we finally wrap it up by talking to Brokev. Shall we bring this party to a close then? Yes. Be well, everyone. I'll ring Elzanique next time. I want her to meet the people who helped us. Stop by my village if you're ever in the region. I'll treat you to freshly hunted boar. Everyone get home safely. We'll meet again soon. I was able to pay back the debt I owe you, if only a little. If you ever need help again, you know how to reach me. And then we watch him walk off into the sunset. Well, it's not quite sunset yet, but you get the idea. It's a long and trying road, but the treasures are finally back in their rightful places. Passage of Unbound, with no one to lead their meager numbers, will fade into obscurity. I'm sure we'll hear no more of them again. Here's the piece in Tuliolol. Rules? Basic social considerations? Who needs them? Those pathetic bastards don't see the yokes round their necks. See how nobly Apyahi fought? As long as I can remember that sight, I'll never turn away from the path she showed us. It's up to us to continue what she started. We don't need those artifacts to bring down nations. We'll find a whole new kind of weapon. The passage of the Unbound shall remain ever open, and we'll be there to guide others upon it. There's more of you? Criminals, over here! By the gods, run! We can't be caught here. Gotta weed out that passage of the Unbound. There we go. That ends all that. We get a Equestrian roll for our efforts, along with that emote from the last couple of quests. And an achievement. Oh. Alright, let's head back to our apartment, redeem this Equestrian roll. I'm not sure what this song's about. I'm not familiar with this song, Bright Bustle. Go to our Equestrian, give it a listen. You going to bed? And to be honest, I'm probably going to wrap it up as well. I know I still roughly have like an hour left in this stream, but I actually have to go to bed shortly because I got to be up early for work tomorrow. We're just going to give this a listen to. No, it's not dungeons. Is it locales? No. Quests. Yeah. Oh, it's the... it's the comedic suspense music. That's cool. Alright. You have a good night, Reno. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I think we'll go take a look at our... See what these two have brought. Cool. Oh, geez, no one wants to buy this one. Ooh, okay. Level 90 necklace that I don't really need. No, you guys don't have enough guilt for me to transfer over yet. Alrighty. So yeah, I think I will actually end the stream at this point, because, again, even though I have an hour left, technically have an hour left in the stream, I do have to go to bed soon. Probably in a couple hours, because I have to be up early for tomorrow for work. Normally I don't work Thursdays, but one of my coworkers is on vacation this week, and that freed up hours, and my boss wants me to do a small shift on Thursday. Thankfully, though, I'm off at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, so there's time to do a stream tomorrow, which will be the plan. So yeah, that'll be the end of the stream for tonight. Next stream will be tomorrow, where I'm going to start a playthrough of Faxanadu for the NES as part of our little retro stuff. And if there's time, I might squeeze in a Mario game as well, like maybe play a little Mario World or Mario Brothers 3 or something like that. Do stick around, though, because I would like to send you out on a raid, even though there's probably not a whole lot of people watching. Oh, I don't have anyone watching me now. Okay. That saddens me. Let me see here. Give me a second here. Trying to look at the list of people that I'm... Oh, there we go. Okay. I was wondering. Let's raid them. Let's raid Martinet. They're one of my role-playing friends on Final Fantasy XIV. They're currently playing Monster Hunter Wilds, which I was hoping to actually play tonight, but... So, nerfs to that. So yeah, we'll go ahead and send them the raid. So again, next stream will be tomorrow. We'll be playing some retro games, starting a playthrough of Faxanadu for the NES, and might squeeze a Mario game in there. So with all that said, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good night. Hope to see you all tomorrow. And please enjoy Martinet.